Little Nightmares 3 is almost a month away. I've noticed a lot of joy and excitement throughout the past 2 years. Although, I've also noticed quite a bit of worry and anxiousness towards the game's release. 99.9% of these worries have been resolved and answered from trailers and slight adjustments on the game. But one recurring worry that I've seen pop up recently is the question, how many chapters will Little Nightmares 3 have? Today, I'll try my very hardest to find out and, most importantly, reassure you all. Many are terrified that Little Nightmares 3 will only have 3 chapters due to one major reason. That of which being the fact that we've only seen and heard of 3 chapters. Them being the Necropolis, the Candy Factory, and finally, the Carnival. This reason certainly does make sense, considering we are a little more than a month away from the release of the game, and we've only heard of 3 chapters. This completely goes against Little Nightmares' fashion, as they usually show what the game fully has to offer months before the release. Although, don't let this scare you, little ones, as this could just be a decision made by the marketing team. Perhaps they prefer to keep everything a secret until closer to the release date. Or maybe they don't want to spoil the game's chapters and therefore is keeping them on a down low. As most, if not all Little Nightmares fans know, all Little Nightmares games consist of 5 chapters, unless you're counting Secrets of the Maw, as it's a separate game with 3 chapters. I personally wouldn't. Why would the franchise differ and not only change, but lessen that amount now? If anything, considering the year we're in and the development in technology, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an extra chapter. This leads me to my next point, which is the Geek Culture article. A specific part in an article made by Geek Culture about Little Nightmares 3 that will be linked down in the description reads: Geek Culture was given the opportunity to get an early first look at the upcoming title via a hands-on preview session comprising of curated gameplay sections from 2 of the game's 6 new locations. In addition, we've also had the chance to speak with the game producer, Coralie Feniello, about what to expect in the upcoming horror adventure. This article confirms that Little Nightmares 3 will consist of 6 chapters, meaning they've only shown us less than half of the game in the span of 2 years. They really are being secretive. Now, this secrecy can be seen as a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing, considering we'll have more of a surprise during the game, and the reactions to the segments of the game by players will be priceless. Although the other side of the coin means that it's likely that less people will buy the game as there's less to show for it. Personally, this is an insanely good, well-crafted and smart idea done by the developers and marketing team for Little Nightmares 3. Just a small reminder that this applies for the game itself and not for the DLCs included. This means that Little Nightmares 3 will have a total of 6 chapters, along with 2 extra from the Secrets of the Spiral DLC, bringing the total to 8 chapters. To conclude, don't be afraid about the size of Little Nightmares 3 at all. This video confirms that the base game will have 6 whole chapters. I've also heard that the game could be around 7 to 9 hours long. One question does remain though. What will the 3 other chapters be? I've already given thought and released a video on what I predict the final chapter will be about, and that of which is some sort of clock tower. I'd love to see your theories down in the comment section. But with that, that's going to be it for the main section of the video. Now we'll be moving on to the art section of the video. For a chance for your art to be showcased in my next theory video, make sure to join my Discord and pop your piece in the art section, link in the description below. Today's piece is by Crocklabe. This has to be the most terrifying piece of art that has ever entered my Discord server. Genuinely keep this thing away from me. In all seriousness, this is incredible. I assume that this is a boss idea for the world of the nowhere. If so, it perfectly fits the vibe and aesthetic of Little Nightmares. In fact, I think it might be scarier. This thing reminds me of a magician for some odd reason. He really does look incredible. Thank you so much for submitting this piece. And now, for the final part of the video, I will be answering one of your potential theories. For a chance for your theory to be featured in my next theory video, please leave your theories down in the comments below. Today's theory is by Current Worm 4. Worm says, "Amazing video again, dude. I don't think Low is the Mirror Man and hope this isn't the case because it would get very repetitive. I am really excited for what Little Nightmares has coming, the novel, comics, third game, stop motion project, and I am especially excited for the Sounds of Nightmares Season 2, as I have made a whole analysis of it where I found so much lore and have so many theories. I hope they do more things to do with the Sounds of Nightmares in a game, as I think some chapters would be amazing, especially the 3rd episode with them all. I think this is a location of a defeated boss, the Organist, and is mostly clothes due to this. I think that clothes are really important in the Nowhere actually. In the Sounds of Nightmares episode 6, we hear that there is someone patching up clothes, some of the clothes mentioned being Six's raincoat and Monu's trench coat. I think that these clothes get a spell put on them that gives them different roles. There are certain roles that make some children important, being able to defeat a main boss and take their place. Raincoat Girl kinda defeated the Pretender and the jacket fell into the sea. This character collected it, patched it up, and put it in the middle of the Pale City for Six to pick up. Then Six goes on to defeat the boss, the lady, and the same with Mono and the Thin Man. Sorry for the really long message, but your theories are really great. Keep up the good work. This is such an interesting theory, and don't you dare apologize for the long message. As I always say, the longer the better. Don't take that out of context. I could definitely see this spell being under the clothes of our beloved protagonists. I've always said that Six is a shining light in a world of darkness due to her yellow raincoat. I would also love to see more links and correlations between the Sounds of Nightmares and the games itself. The colours and style of the characters' clothing certainly does change the aesthetic and mood of the games. Although the theory does sound like a long shot, this is Little Nightmares and anything is possible. Thank you so much for your comment. That is going to be it for this video, guys. As I've mentioned, if you do want to see your art mentioned and showcased in my next theory video, make sure to leave your art in my Discord server, and the link will be in the description for that. Also, for a chance for your theories to be mentioned in my next theory video, make sure to leave your theories down below in the comments. It's absolutely insane that Little Nightmares 3 was announced over 2 years ago. Time really does fly. I want to thank you all for supporting me throughout the past 2 years. I can't believe that it's almost a month until the release of Little Nightmares 3. I do have a few more projects that I'm still working on, such as the Descent to Nowhere trailer analysis, as well as finishing up the Five Nights at Freddy's Secrets of the Mimic series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.